Panther fans? Coming at you here before our Week 4 game against the Chicago Bears. Just want to get you a really quick preview out here, just to tell you about what kind of keys to the game I'm looking for and what the formula for success is going to be for our team. Alright, got the Chicago Bears, Monsters of the Midway, you know, all the cliche names that they have. You know, might be the case, but, you know, we're still 2-1-2 teams clashing here in Week 4, same record. So let's see who's the best of the two. I think it's going to be a tight ball game probably. But there's some things that we can do to maybe pull out a win in this one, where a lot of people are going to be picking the Bears. So let's see what we got to do. Okay, first defensively, I'm going to go ahead and say that I don't think Cutler can beat us through the air. It's probably not going to happen. I mean, we're a little bit weak in areas on the defensive backfield, but you know, I don't see, mainly because of the receivers, I don't see them beating us through the air. It's going to be a case similar to what it was last week with the Jags, in that we just have to stop Matt Forte in the same way that we tried to stop Maurice Jones-Drew. Jones-Drew ended up having a pretty good game. We've got to keep Matt Forte to not that good of a game. Ideally, if we can keep him to under 100 yards, I think we'd be probably in good shape. But we've got to do something like that to slow down their rushing attack. That being said, their offensive line is really not that great. So, I mean, if we can cause some trouble up front, then I think we can, you know, make it a long day for their offense. On the other side of the ball, you know, we've got our offense who has been able to score, at least the first 2 weeks. Were able to score. I want to give them a pass last week mainly because of the weather, and you know, Cam seemed to be struggling early, so it's just we'll go ahead and call mulligan on that one. Even though we did win the game, we just didn't put up the same kind of offense that I would expect. But this week it's going to be tough. You know, going against a Bears defense that isn't elite, but they're not bad. They've got a lot of veterans. They've got Julius Peppers, former Carolina Panther, plays defensive end for him. You know, you got Brian Urlacher, people like that. They're pretty stacked on the defensive side of the ball. I think it's going to be easier for us to pass on them than run, most likely. So maybe, hopefully, Cam is back on target this week. I mean, Cam's got to be on target this week, or we don't have a shot. I think he's got to be more accurate with his passes, no more sailing balls over people's heads. That can't happen this week because I think the Bears will take advantage where the Jags couldn't really do that last week, so they don't have the same caliber of players. But it's going to be an interesting matchup to watch Jordan Gross try to block Julius Peppers for this game. I think Peppers will be up for it. You know, he said it's just another game. I don't believe him. I mean, you know he's going to come in pumped. And you know, Jordan Gross he's always been a close to elite level tackle, but here lately he seems to be getting beat sometimes. So hopefully Peppers can handle him. And Jeff Otah looks like he's going to play after he did practice today, so that'll be good to have him out there. Just need to keep that guy healthy. It's ridiculous how he just can't stay healthy for 1 week, it seems like. But those are the keys, offensive and defensively, to this game. I think if we do those things, then we'll at least have a shot to win in the end. It's going to be a tough, hostile environment for Cam to go into. It's going to be a lot of pressure on him. But I think if we stick to our game plan that we've had here lately, I think we'll have a shot. Now, I think we need to try to get some pressure on Jay Cutler, get in his face, because he admitted actually this week that he's releasing the ball quicker because he is afraid of getting sacked, because he's gotten sacked so much. So let's strike a little bit more fear into Cutler this week. That'd be nice. But we have to make sure that we don't give up some big jailbreak blitzes and leave guys wide open like we have done this season some. Because Cutler will take advantage if we have breakdowns in coverage. But just a few random statistics for you for this game. I did read that Ron Rivera is 5-0 against the Bears, his former team, since leaving the Bears back several years ago. So he hasn't lost to them since he's left. That's a nice statistic. That's something good to fall back on. And Steve Smith, he's very close to his receiving mark for the most all-time receiving yards for a Panthers receiver. That was a lot of receiver words in one sentence, but I think he should be able to capture that this week. He's historically had pretty good games against the Bears, so I think we'll be able to give him a couple passes and let him break that record this week. Also have to look for Greg Olsen this week. Greg Olsen's going against his former team. He's going to be pumped, ready to go. It'd be nice to see him catch a touchdown pass against his team that just dealt him away for, really, we got a steal in that trade. Glad to have him on our team, though, got to say. He's been good so far. So that's really about all I have for this week. Just got to really try to work on these keys to the game and just do it and play ball, not try to do anything fancy, and we should have a shot. It's going to be tight, like I said, but both teams are 1-2, so anything can happen. We'll see. It's kind of a pivotal game this week, because if you look at it, we win this week, we're 2-2. We've got some winnable games coming up, so we could be putting ourselves in a pretty decent position moving forward if we can win this week. So hit the comments, tell me what your keys to the game are. Be sure to like the video, subscribe if you haven't already. Really appreciate that. I'm getting close to 200 subs, so it's good to have you guys subscribed and watching and everything. So we'll talk to you on Sunday after the game, but in the meantime, I got to get out of here. So we'll talk to you soon. Go Panthers.